Hello, everyone, all the viewers on Facebook. I hope that you're having an amazing Monday morning, and it is an exciting time for ThinkAll Academy. We have never clocked so much of numbers before and hours of learning as we have done this lockdown period. I know it's a difficult phase, it is a difficult situation, but online learning is on a rapid mode, and that is how ThinkHall has been working towards, and we are now online. We are on thinkhallacademy.com, and it is an exciting phase, and we would love to share some very extremely exciting things about retail training that we are going to do today on Facebook Live with all our viewers over here. So let's get started immediately with what we have to say. ThinkAll Training and Consultancy is almost 6 years old now. Yoo-hoo! Yes, we can hear those claps and cheers, but what we are going to talk about today is that ThinkAll Academy, how we have started from what we have become now. ThinkAll Training and Consultancy was primarily a B2B, a business to business training consulting firm. And 6 years back, when we started it, it was simply when we go out to the market, we go out to the client's place, to retail stores, and we would do trainings at the floor. That is where we started from. And now, with a lot of changes, a lot of online trend coming in, we have got an online platform, e-learning platform called as thinkhallacademy.com that has become the most exciting part of the company right now. We are excited to share here that thinkhallacademy.com recently has been more than 100 hours we have already clocked right now, and we are looking at a higher number in the coming few months also. All thanks to the new phase and the new normal that has come up in trainings. I know that CRT is not going to die. I know that CRT means classroom training session for all those people who do not know about CRT. So classroom training sessions are not going to die. On-job training is not going to die. But this exciting feature brings us to think about that what will be the future of the retail training. And that is what we are going to talk about, the new normal in the retail trainings. So earlier, as I told you, that we started off very well with classroom training sessions, on-job sessions, on the client side training programs, etc. And we moved slowly to build a complete ecosystem. This ecosystem also had provisions of creating our own content. We started creating e-learning videos, small short videos. And on ThinkAll Academy, if you go, all the retail training courses that you will see some very exciting short learning programs. Yes, these are not those boring long lectures. These are short videos which are exciting ones, and you would finish learning in a very simple language, very easy to understand, and that is how we started growing up. With this, we also tied up with a very encouraging and forward-looking company called as Playablo. Now, this gamified platform and engaging platform completely floored us. When we first met and saw the platform, we were completely in awe of this particular company. We started seeing how they have developed the platform, how they have moved from one phase to the other, the interfaces that different the app actually had. And we didn't take much time, and we quickly tied up with them. Now ThinkAll Academy is powered by Playablo, and today with us we have got a very exciting person, a guest who's going to talk about this new learning platform. Her name is Suchitra Prem Kumar. Let me just add her to the screen now. Here we go.
Yeah.
Suchitra, hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you, Iti. Thank you so much.
So Chitra, so Play Ablo, how old is Play Ablo now, and when did you found it, and what actually gave you that thought that yes, let's have Play Ablo now?
So, Play Ablo is about 5 years old today. As we speak, in fact, July is when it was initially started 5 years back.
Wow.
So, Play Ablo is 5 years old today, and our focus is it started only with the sole purpose of making learning engaging. That is the primary goal with which we started, be it the children or young adults or the corporate employees, be it any consumer segment. The idea was to make learning engaging, fun, and at the same time keeping in mind of what say a facilitator will look for while they are deploying any training requirement. So we have a tool used for which we cater to the needs of the facilitators as well. But our primary focus is to make learning engaging. That is the focus for us.
That's very exciting. When you say learning engaging, why do you need engaging learning? I'm sure that a lot of our viewers want to understand that and want to hear from you that why an engaging learning is required.
See, that eventually boils down to our topic today, the new normal, right? So we are all living in the new normal, and we have remote workforce to converting to instructor-led training to virtual. There's a lot of activities that are going on to cater to this new normal that we are living with today. So, since all of us are remote, it is all the more important to be engaging, right? We are all, after all, social animals, and today our human interaction is very limited to
Very limited.
our family and maybe our close ones here around the community. But we really have to collaborate with our employees, learn together today. So the factor of bringing everybody together into one platform, giving them a different learning experience becomes all the more important because we are not in a classroom or we are not working together in one environment today.
Right. So a quick
Right.
fact check. I just want to understand on a screen if somebody is, what is the attention span online for a person who's sitting on the screen, and how much time and attention he pays?
Right. I think today most of the target audience are the millennials and the post millennials. And we all understand that they are the digital savvy generation. And so attention span is a big question mark, right? Even a 15-20 minutes video is way too much to capture their attention. So that is why I think it is important to have bite-sized learning, smaller sessions, smaller videos to capture their attention. Because the millennial generation is thinks digital, right? And they are the tech-savvy generation who does not like too much of they don't spend too much of time going into the same place, right? So
That's
that is one of the focus that is for all of us, I think, in this industry, is to go bite sized and make it into smaller chunks and gamified experience, right? So those are the factors that really make a difference in their learning.
and that is how why you're talking about an engaged learning program which keeps their attention right over there on the screen, and they do not let you go off, right?
Certainly, certainly. That's really our focus. And probably I'll be talking more about that maybe when I do show a small presentation on what we do today. First of all,
Absolutely.
before that, I think we just have to acknowledge the fact that yes, the time is different currently.
Yeah.
We are not going to immediately go back to how things were before. It's going to stay for longer. This new normal that we are talking about is to
Right.
stay for normal. So whatever changes or that you adopt, let's not think short term, and we should always think the long term impact and the measure of what we are going to adopt today.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that's what bring me to just recently I was talking to one of the clients, and they actually talked about that, Iti, how can you make learning such a way that first of all, there is a new norm now that you cannot have people interaction, you cannot group together. The training will have a new meaning altogether to itself. So in retail, when we have got staff of like 5 to 10 people, how would you make it possible that learning should be there? And that is where Thinkful Academy chipped in, and we said that we have got ready courses right now which
Hmm.
can be taken off the shelf, and you can just plug and play it, or you can customize it as well. We have got a complete resource right now in the ecosystem that can create new courses for them, customize it for them, and then plant it to their e-learning platform. But that base, that tech, that was the most important part, which actually
Correct.
formed that how exactly you move from one phase to the other, which actually engages that person. Creating the courses and content is one part of it. The
Right.
base, the tech, what exactly Playablo gives as a tech platform to make sure that this happens.
Right. If you don't mind, let me just share a small my screen and
Let's
just show
do
you a
that.
presentation.
What exactly we have. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably, Iti, can you just confirm to me if you can see it?
I'm just added it to the screen, and yes, we can see it. Please go ahead.
Uh, yeah. So we all understand that tech is certainly going to play a key role in our just a minute, yeah, in our life going forward because everything is pretty much virtual today, right?
Yes.
Our tech solution is more focused on the key challenges for the L&D leaders, especially in the current time, right? First thing is, yes, you can't stop capability development. In fact, when I had recently interacted with one person, he said, use it or lose it. That's something that stuck in my mind because if you're not going to use what you learned, you're going to forget that skill, right? And at the same time, if there is no constant reinforcement that is going to happen, then again, whatever efforts that you had put in your training is gone. So there needs to be a constant refresher, a touch point in training, right? The other key challenge for the L&D leaders today is to adopt and adapt to virtual learning. Yes, if you are an L&D leader and you have still not adapted to the virtual learning, it's the time. I think I have just recently even read a report which says that 70% was physical and 30% of virtual pre-COVID. And now it's just going to be the reverse with 30% maybe physical, but 70% is going to be completely done on the virtual platform.
You're talking about
And
that completely reversed now, the scenario, and it's more going to be virtual and less of physical.
certainly, that is the way forward. And in fact, even one of the retail L&D heads, when she interacted with me, what she shared was, I don't see ourselves going back to a classroom session, in near future for long because our employee safety comes first, right? And certainly, yes, safety factors is the first priority, and then keeping the social distancing norms and challenges. I don't think we are going to see putting 30, 40 people in one boardroom for a training going forward at all
Yeah.
right? So virtual is the way forward. And as the flag bearers of learning in the organization, continue to drive the culture of learning is a key task, and it is certainly a challenge as well. It's easy said and done to constantly engage the employee, make relevant training, which would make a difference in their work performance, right?
Right.
So now is what I want to introduce you all to Playablo. Keeping these challenges in mind is wow, we have built the entire solution. Is the need of the hour, first of all. It's a mobile first engaging platform. M learning is the way forward because of easy access to learning, right? One thing is to have everything available at the time, you should be able to easily access whatever course, whatever information you want. So mobile learning with the penetration of smartphones, etc., it is going to be the way forward. And we also have an integrated content management tool, basically for organizations to put in their customized learning content, especially in retail. We see a lot of operating changes in operating procedures, SOPs, product handling. All this information is constantly now changing, and it is very important to keep the front end staff, the employees up to date with the latest norms, And what best when you have a content management tool using which you can author your customized content or push in whatever SOPs and product free knowledge that you want to push through easily, use user templates that you can use. So that
That's
is what is our
and
key.
actually, I should add that I have used that UCM, and I found
Yes.
it. I think you just took me through it just once, and I just got it. That I'm not that tech savvy, but it was amazing to use. Pretty easy to just drag and drops and cut, copy, paste. You can do multiple things: put videos, put pictures, put PDFs, and so many other things can be done in your UCM. Very easy to
Yes, that's the whole idea, because now you can't get a complicated system to again sit and train your employees on how to use it, right? So that's the key thing. So make it more simple, easy to use, drag and drop features. So that is what our UCM, our user and content management tool, really focuses on. The other part is also very important in terms of engaging your learners, which is what we already spoke. You had a great introduction at the beginning on how important it is to engage the learners, focus more on the millennials, post millennials, make it into bite size, shorter videos. Probably I'll speak to you on how you are making your content more engaging in the current scenario. All right. So that is what is the focus. And the third, if you are not going to measure, there is no meaning to the efforts that you're putting in. So at the end of the day, you really want to measure your learning outcomes. And that is what our dashboard exactly provides the L&D leaders and the facilitators to measure the usage, progress, and performance of the learners on the platform. Right?
right.
So here is a quick glimpse, of course, on what we do. Make it bite-sized courses, learning vaults with engaging multimedia content. There is rewards and bonuses to make it more challenging and spread a healthy competition among the learners. There is quizzes which they can take at the end of the assessments and compete with each other based on the points that they score. So it makes it more a healthy competition and a collaborative learning for the learners. And like I said, there are two key parts. One is the learner experience. The other is the facilitators and the L&D leaders experience of how do they track monitoring. I mean, the employees worldwide are demanding for self-paced, self-directed learning in their organization. But when it is self-directed, it also becomes very important for the L&D leaders to monitor and evaluate the process, right? So that is what a dashboard becomes very essential in terms of tracking these information, whether aggregate or individual learner wise or trend graphs and everything. It's very important. It becomes very important, especially when all of us are remote.
And
right?
trust me,
And yeah,
in retail industry training
yes,
specifically, we have been breaking our head on what exactly is the true ROI of trainings. And when everything boils down to performance at the end of the day, and if you have a perfect way of measuring performance which is ready at hand at all points of time, that makes such a key difference to what we have been doing earlier, where you have to wait for the analysis to come in, check on the papers, waste paper to put your feedback forms, etc. This is absolutely a new and different way of doing things, and the instant information that is required, that is what you get in Playablo.
right, certainly. Rightly put through. Yes, it is to demonstrate the ROI at the end of the day, which is a very important task for the L&D managers. And if everything is readily available, it is more easier for them to push it in their organization.
Right.
Right. Yes, and I think what I'm showing you right now is the UCM, the multimedia content, like the way you can publish your multimedia rich courses using these templates, make it bite-sized structures. It's completely do it yourself. See, the idea of why did we do an admin tool is no longer you want to go for every small request to a technology team and place an order, place a request from the back end, and you don't want to be dependent on the tech team for every small request. So the idea of this admin tool is a do-it-yourself setup tool where the L&D folks can actually manage the entire learning journey all by themselves with no dependency on the tech team. They get this admin tool, they set up the organization information, set up the courses, set up the training batches, all by themselves is what they can do using this admin tool. So we completely empower the L&D teams to handle the learning requirements all by themselves.
So HR teams over there, this is actually reducing your burden, not increasing. And if you have a support of Playablo and ThinkAll together, then you can be rest assured that you will get the complete ecosystem. With the content, you are getting an amazingly beautiful tech platform, which is going to not just keep on showing your training programs one after the other. It is also going to work on the performance level of the employees. You can see their performance, who's doing what, where they have reached. You can tell them to continue their learning and development the way it has to be. And also it is self-rewarding. You mentioned about the rewards program as well, where you get. So that is something very exciting, because I remember employees together, they have like a competition going on always, that I've got this cup, I've got that acknowledgement, and I've got this certification now. What next I can do? This is a superb way of keeping them not just engaged, but motivated as well.
Yes, certainly. Yes. And together, yes, we have this ready-made solution that is can be easily deployed for any retail organization's training requirements, just off the shelf. All right. I would just like to stop this presentation with leaving this image in mind as to why Playablo. Like we already highlighted the features. So these are the key things, and I will anyway certainly would like to highlight during our discussion today as an L&D leader, what are the key features or key things that you need to look for in a tool to narrow down, be it Playablo or any tool, but it has to match up to certain requirements within your organization that would what will sell for you. So here are certain key features that would actually help you think about why Playablo. Yeah.
Yes.
So I would stop.
I have a lot of questions for you right now.
Yes.
Looking at this amazing presentation, it was very informative, but I do have a few questions which are going to be basic, but at the same time, something that, the clients or people who are looking forward for a e-learning program would be having in their mind. Now, most of the small retailers, they would not be having so much of money to spend on servers and spend on extra additional hard disk or to save the data. And e-learning platform, it can have like a lot of data. What do you do with that? How do we deal with that?
So Playablo today is hosted on the cloud. On the AWS server. So really organizations do not spend anything on the infrastructure requirement. You just create a login and get started directly. And all the information like you just spoke about, be it their course related information or be it their performance or historical data, everything is going to be available always, anytime for the L&D teams to check out, right? So there is no there's no question mark on the kind of data that we can support or the kind of users that we can support on the platform. So it's everything on the cloud. So you no longer require any hardware infrastructure to cater to support such platforms.
So you are saying even if you have got 6 employees or you have got 25,000 employees in your organization, you can still use this platform without really feeling the pinch or pain of the additional money that you are spending, right?
Certainly. Be it 6 or 25,000, yes, certainly that can be supported by the platform. Yeah.
And what exactly, why do you say that it is cost effective? Is server the only reason, or you think that there are more reasons that you can point out here?
So certainly, first of all, another important thing that many of us need to keep in mind is the ability to integrate one system with another system, make the process seamless, right? So that is another important feature for organizations to look at. And within Playablo itself, we have the integrated content management tool as well. So you're not going to spend additional money in order to create, get an access to another content management tool, create it there, then push it here and see how compatible they are. right? So all this efforts and time is completely taken away when things are within one system, right? So that is a very key aspect. And of course, the scalability and everything is handled automatically in terms of the whole experience. So you can actually completely say that it is cost effective because everything, first of all, is integrated into the one system.
Yeah,
And like the infra and everything is taken care automatically. You're not going to spend anything on the supporting the infrastructure that is required, right?
that's
And yes, earlier proposition was always there that virtual learning saves on the productive hours of employee because they are going to sit in a classroom training, then come back and do it. But right now, anyways, virtual is the way forward. It is not automatically going to save on the productive hours because learning is on the go on the mobile devices during their travel or during their free time. They can do whenever they want. They no longer need to sit in a specific time in a specific place to get the complete the training. So you're
that's
going to automatically save on the productive hours of the employees, which
that's
translates to cost at the end of the day.
wonderful,
Right?
wonderful.
And
And
yeah, probably, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, please, you were saying something. You continue,
No, no.
then I'll ask.
Another key thing that I also wanted to highlight is, we Playablo also gives the courses can be consumed offline. You need not be connected to internet always. So typically, the employees during travel or anything, they don't have to worry about the network or coverage, or even at home. Now that we are all at home, we always have constantly network issues, and also that is not going to hamper their learning experience because everything could also be offline completely.
So you're saying that they can seamlessly go and keep on looking at the different content and seamlessly look at the different pages,
Yes,
etc.
yes, yes, yes. All we expect them to do is sync their data once in a while so that they get the latest published content onto their devices, which they can
That,
eventually download further and continue. And at the same time, once they sync, even the dashboard gets populated with their latest performance related information for the HR and the L&D managers. So sync is a two-way process, but the courses can be consumed completely offline.
yeah. So again, a
Yeah.
very basic question from my side, Suchitra. Suppose I am a retailer and I don't have enough time. Of course, I need to focus upon my profits and loss and what exactly is happening at the store operations front. I want to make sure that my team is well learned and there are different focuses at different levels, right? We have got store staff, we have got managers, we have got senior leaders, etc. We have one. I don't know how to create content, or I don't know how to. I just want an e-learning platform, and I want it from you. Second, there should be different content for different level of people. So,
Hmm.
how exactly Playablo can help in that situation?
Right. So, first thing is everything has to be structured, right? When you set up an organization, you are also going to set up which branches this organization they are having, or what are the departments that they have. Like you said, the front end staff, the supervisors, and the store managers. So there are various departments. So this entire structure is what we set up when in the admin tool when we initially onboard an organization. The idea is I can push my training courses based on the department or based on a branch or a location. Maybe I want certain branch has the content in a different language, a multi-language, different language to be supported. So all those kind of segregations can be done based on how you structure the organization. So typically in Playablo, we support an organization with multiple branches and various departments within the branch based on which the courses can be pushed. Now, coming to the content, what best when both of us are together? There is no doubt on the content that would be available to cater to the different departments and the requirements. So that is, I think, there's no question when we are together to cater to the retail training needs.
Absolutely agree. So what we
Right?
do in Hall is, as far as the content is concerned, mostly when we look at the content, it's the most expensive part of the training because when we start creating it, people are really worried that how exactly is the content going to add value, and how much is it going to cost, because most of the companies, we would see that they would start thinking about content as a regular feature, that it has to keep on updating itself, it has to keep on. So how do we make sure that one, it is latest and we don't spend enough money on it so that it becomes outdated very soon, and then we will not think that the ROIs have been. So within ThinkHall, what we have done is where we have got all the in-house team. That's the first step that we had taken, and we had made sure that we have got instruction designer. We have got our own video creators, so we can create videos in animation as well as actual videos. You can shoot actual videos of the people, which are again bite-sized. We have got our own script writers, our own designers who create very beautiful content, good-looking ones, and
I have seen some of them as well. I've seen some of them as well, and they're really good.
Yeah. So this is something that we always dwell on, and of course, our content has always got a storyline to it. So whenever it is flowing, it is very informative, and it is something which keeps the learner engaged. Again, that is what we say. So content play a very, very important part that we focus on.
So that's, in fact, I was going to ask you that, do you see any change in the approach to content pre-COVID and the new normal? Is there a way of difference in approaching the content development process? Has it changed or has it not changed, maybe?
Actually, content in training industry has been changing pretty massively. I have been seeing the industry for past so many years now, and I'd seen that earlier it was mostly the presentations format, and then it moved very slowly to activity based and more doing than listening. That's how the content has changed now. So we have also now adapted to that. In fact, we have moved a step forward, and we have tried to incorporate a lot of video based information. So you will see little content, little write-ups, and more videos. We would see more pictorial content now, rather than that. Is something that stays in the mind, and that is what we have seen, that to keep the learner more engaged, more it is audio and visual, better it is, rather than one person talking and the other person listening. It definitely brings a lot of difference. And when you're doing it, that activity based, so we have a process called as MACL, actually, which stands for methodological learning, applied academics. That means whatever academics has been taught about, that needs to get applied. C stands for classical conditioning, means we actually condition the user when they are thinking about a content to make sure that they are looking forward to the right thing. K stands for kinesthetics in MACL, and L is for your deep learning, and E is for engaging. So that's what MACL stands for, which is a very patented ThinkHall style of creating content. And we focus on these few aspects before we move ahead. Also, we have made sure that we incorporate a lot of, so there's a person in our content development team who's a NLP expert. So she puts in a lot of thoughts on neurosciences, on how the content can play a very important role on the brain of the person who's learning it, on the user who's learning it. So we try to incorporate those also, neuroscience techniques. And again, it's a very ThinkHall thing. We call it BDT. It's copyrighted by ThinkHall, which stands for brain, drain, train. That means you train first. First, you take up the unlearning of the brain, and then you retrain that brain again to make sure that the learning is correct and there's no wrong information that has gone in. So these are a couple of things that we definitely do, and it's exciting.
A lot of thought process behind creating every course that goes in.
Absolutely. And we make sure that these things are incorporated in almost every program that we are doing with anyone. That's why probably with our new thinkallacademy.com, there's so much of learning that is happening. And post COVID, we have seen a massive change. Not that we were very old, we launched it only in November, but from
Okay.
November, last few months has been a phenomenal growth in the learning arts. And there are very good things that we have done. During the COVID era, we were one of the first and the quickest people to come up with a course called as post-COVID retail. Now, this
Okay.
post-COVID retail, initially we had priced it very, very low, keeping in mind the current situation that most of the retailers were in, which taught about what exactly you are going to foresee and how exactly you can prepare your retail after the COVID era once you reopen your stores. So that became
Okay.
a very important chapter for that. And recently we have also made this course free. So
Okay.
yeah, and anyone who's looking forward for this course, they can take this up at any point of time. We also during the lockdown made all the courses at 50% off. So for
Okay.
retailers, again, this was a new thing, and they come up and they said that this is an amazing work that Think Hall has done, and we saw a amazingly exciting time after the COVID era started, specifically in
Okay.
Think Hall Academy. So
Right.
this is what our
So,
story has.
so any like specific courses that organizations have to really focus, or specific areas that they need to focus on in training, especially in these current times? It's
Yeah.
like certain courses that is of greater value at this point of time.
Yeah, for retail, a few things which is key is actually the management, sales, and operations. In these three, you can sum up almost 90% of the retail. That is how we see it. So
Okay.
we focus on these areas quite a bit, and you can see many courses which are related to these signs. We have got retail sales selling skills, we have got retail professional certification course, we have got retail management course, we have got retail maths, which is very different, and you can understand how to assess the performance of a store through
Okay.
these courses. So it's definitely different, and something that every retailer would be looking forward to, and make sure that every person who's connected to retail should go through these courses.
Certainly. Okay, that's nice. Right. And probably, Iti, I would like to actually add on to this that now that we are focused on what are the important courses, I also would want to highlight that what are the important features in a tool that L&D leaders should really look for when they are narrowing down on a tool. I know that we have a lot of options to choose from these days, but at the end of the day, it should make sense to your organization's requirement and what caters or suits your need, right? So I actually wanted to really do this as a takeaway from this talk that we are doing today to most of the audience, that what should be the key features that they should look at when they are really narrowing down on a tool, right? So first of all, I think we have highlighted a lot of key aspects of engagement, and does it cater to monitoring and things like that, right? First of all, I think on top of it, first of all, it should be, is it easily accessible to my learners, right? Whenever they want, should they go through a huge login, step one, step two process, or is it easily available on? So the idea is, if it is something that's easily available on their mobile devices, just take it, log in, use it. So that should be the access is the first criteria that they should look at. It should be seamless across any medium which they have access to, which the learner has access to, right? The second thing would be, is it complicated to train my learners, right? You bring in any tool, but it should not turn out to be that I have to put in so much effort to train on how to use the tool, right? Then it becomes even more complicated, given the fact that now we are all not together in one place, and it becomes more complicated to train them on how to use the tool. So the UX, the experience should be such that it is easy for the learner to understand where to click, where to get started, how do I go about my training, right? So that is another key aspect that we need to look at. And third important thing is for the facilitator, that does it help me monitor my learners in the way I want to, right? So typically monitoring earlier was like, okay, some Excel report and things, but now I can't see whether my employees are using it, right? They're not in front of my eyes. Whether my store friends and employees are using it or not is something I cannot see it now. So it becomes all the more important for the tool to help me monitor how my learners are using the platform, right? So monitoring is one of the other aspects that they should really look for if the tool is supporting. And
Absolutely.
the other thing is, do I have to depend on the tech team for every small request, right? Be it putting up a new course or publishing a course or creating a training batch. These are basic day to day, it keeps happening on a regular basis, especially in a larger organization. So it should not be that they have to be you as an L&D leader, or my team need not be dependent to constantly call the tech support team to help them put certain things in place, right? So it should be able to give me certain easy to use utilities and tools such that I'm less dependent, and I could self manage most of the things from the L&D side, all right? And the other most important thing is to integrate with all the systems that I might have, from maybe my HRMS system to my performance evaluation system. So it completely closes the loop from onboarding to learning to performance. It completely closes the loop, right? So if I have it seamlessly integrated, all I have to do is open my dashboard and look at it, and I need not worry that, oh, this employee left. Have I updated the learning system? Have I updated the performance system? That stress is not there anymore when it is all integrated together. So the tool should be such that you can integrate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was saying that if attrition also is happening and people are leaving their jobs and going, then you need not worry about it. It can be taken care of, right?
Yes, certainly, right? You are no longer that full stress is taken away if everything is integrated, seamless experience for the team, right? And of course, scale, right? Today I am 10,000, tomorrow I am 25,000. Do I need to again look out for another system to handle my scale, right? So the tool that anybody narrows down should also be able to support the scales that they are projected, they are looking at, right? Maybe today is stringent times, but it's not going to be for long, and we are going to scale, we are going to sail through, and we are going to come back. So of course, you cannot look out for a newer tool at different times, right? So the tool should also be able to support them in the scale targets that they are looking at. And finally, if everything is there, what is the ROI? How is it what is the ability for me to measure my ROI on the investment that I'm making? Is something that the tool should help them, like which maybe Kirkpatrick level, or which level, what is it that the tool is giving me in terms of measurement for me to support my ROI and demonstrate it within my organization. So to be put in, this is a checklist maybe for L&D leaders to think about, like when I'm going for a tool, maybe these are certain key things that they can keep in mind while they are evaluating the tool.
Wow. I have got very exciting question for you. Let's see. You spoke about UX, right? The user experience. What is one key feature that people love in Play Applo, the users?
Oh, okay. So, of course, it depends on the different size of the organization and the age group of the learners, right? So, when it is a very corporate learners, the feature that they like in terms of UX is the structure it gives within the system, the bite-sized structure, the ability to break down from a larger chunk to a smaller chunk. So that makes it more easy for the employees to understand which is the area that they are going through. So if it's like depending on the age and if it's a corporate employee, this is something that catches their attention mostly. But if it is more of a young adult age group, typically the storefront and staff who are all youngsters who are on the mobile, they like just the gamified experience of leaderboards and challenges and quizzes at the end of every courses, right?
Right.
The rewards that they get, the points that they are scoring and the competing. The first thing whenever we ask, only thing that they say is who's on top of the leaderboard, right? Now, be it any age group, it's kind of exciting because you know each other. It's not that you're competing with somebody who's unknown in like any other games that you play online. So this is
Right.
something where you are a set of employees who are together and you're competing with each other. So that makes it more exciting for them. In fact, that's the first thing we always hear whenever we ask for any feedback. They say that who's on top of the leaderboard.
Wow. And this I can vouch for from HR perspective, somebody who's in
Yeah,
the L&D program. For them, I think the user experience wise, the best feature for them is that they can segregate it category wise, they can segregate their performance level class wise, batch wise, and
right,
different ways, right? And you can actually see that who
right.
has done more deeper learning and who has not done enough deeper learning, right?
Very true, very true. Yes, you can. So the thing is, it measures the moment you are on a virtual online platform, you are able to measure the time spent, right? I can see that how many of them have spent enough time on certain courses and how many of them have brushed through certain courses. Maybe it is too much to take in or it was not as exciting. You can really see from the time spent the numbers that which are the courses that are favorite and which are not, or which are not given that importance and time by the learners. So all this can be measured the moment we are on a virtual platform.
Yeah, that's amazing. But now this difficult one that I'm going to ask you, that if so many other tools are also available in the market right now, why should we go with Playablo specifically, and why Playablo as a company? What exactly you guys give as a USP?
Right. So I think the three things that I highlighted in my presentation are our USP. First of all, the ability to bring in your own content management, integrated content management tool within. The organizations, their own product knowledge or their processes is not going to be available outside, right? What you get outside are the canned courses which is available everywhere for everybody, but in-house knowledge which has to be disseminated, and that cannot be done only through classroom training always. So that is where we bring in a difference. Through using this content management tool, you can publish your internal organization knowledge and you can disseminate it into the devices of the learners directly. So that is one key USP. The other part is our mobile learning lightweight. So traditionally, if we say LMS, they are looking at a very huge, heavy system that requires this kind of an infrastructure to support, and blah blah, the n number of feature requests to support that system. But we are a lightweight LMS. That's how we call ourselves, and we can just scale easily. We are on cloud. Just publish any course immediately. You just say today and tomorrow you're live with your courses and your target audience, right? So you can easily bring yourself online onto the virtual platform and scale to any limit, right? And the third is we are very serious on the dashboard that we give, the data that we give to the. It's not that just give the time and things. We want to also make a difference in the kind of data the facilitators will interpret from the dashboard, right? So it is not about just saying that, okay, ET spent so much time and she is very good because she scored 90% in the assessment, and whereas Suchitra scored 70%. It's just not that number. I would also want to see which is that area where Suchitra is struggling or suffering, because of which she's not able to score that well, right?
Right.
So that I can accordingly push her into a certain department for work, or maybe put some additional training that might help her perform better in the workplace. So those gaps is something which we call like the actionable insights, is what the dashboard actually bring out for the facilitator, which really makes a difference in the impact analysis which they can make.
Well, that's wonderful. It sounds like amazing platform and amazing tool that any learner could engage with and work with. I think that
Right.
something that ThinkHall is very proud about, and we think that it's our USB also. The USP also is that the fact that we started off with an offline training company, and I believe that we are one of the largest in Asia with our trainers network now.
Okay.
Are already spread across more than 800 cities of India now, and we have got a lot of trainers onboarded with us. From that's where we started, and now we have moved to a tech platform. So I think we are the only company of training, retail training specifically, who's online as well as offline present now. So with that kind of infrastructure and support system, I think that any retail company would love to have us around.
Certainly. I think going online, whatever said and done, we like it or not, that is the way forward. It is the sooner we adapt to it, it is better. But at the same time, it's just not about online. So even I say the new normal, maybe it's not just fully online. That may be a certain period of time. It would be a mix of certain elements. It could be, say, virtual learning, certain amount of simulations or on the job training that could be through AR and VR and simulation related, right? So it could be a combination or maybe a classroom training for certain part which cannot be done through any of these mediums, right? So it will certainly be a mix of all these kind of training of virtual classroom read and simulation and AR and VR. The entire experience bundled together based on the training requirement would be the way forward. And of course, the percentage of each of this would vary based on the requirement and the courses that is required for them to be trained on.
That's wonderful. And another important question that is coming from the audience is that how do we reach out to Play Ablo if I have to connect with you? What is the way to do?
Okay. So just reach out to corporate learning at playablo.com. Do visit the website, playablo.com. You have all the information there. Then you can reach out to the email ID that is there, corporate learning at playablo.com anytime, and we would be happy to demonstrate the platform capabilities and of course do the analysis whether it fits your requirement and your organization first of all.
Is there an email ID also they can write to? Any info?
Yeah, you can just reach at corporate learning at playablo.com.
Corporate learning at playablo.com. That's the website that you can reach out to. And for
ThinkHall, the email.
Yeah. Please reach out to thinkhallacademy.com and do write to us, do speak to us. Please do visit our courses and see that what kind of retail courses we are going through. We'll be happy to connect with you and talk more about it. Suchitra, I think your platform is doing amazingly well. And we have seen how you guys have grown from past 5 years to what you guys are today, and it's an exciting journey. We would also like to understand what it has for future. Is there any future development plans already there, and what you would like to talk to our audience about?
In terms of the future features and the roadmap, it's a huge, exciting list that we have. First of all, as a step one, bring in integration with any of these virtual learning platforms, be it Zoom or Google Meet or any of the online tools that are available. Easily integrate Playablo with that so that you are having the entire place, the ability to do a virtual classroom training followed by e-learning, followed by assessments. The entire cycle could be completed within the platform, right? And the second is bring in more gamified experience in terms of a scenario-based learning, right? Typically, especially in the sales, when you have like multiple options to choose from, what is the path or what is the area which the learner goes through, right? So scenario-based learning is something that we would really look at bringing onto our platform. Maybe these two are our key focus to begin with. And of course, there are a lot more other features or utilities that we would keep adding on to the platform as we go by.
That's amazing. That's something very exciting to hear about.
Right.
We are also creating now live mentoring sessions. We have already started hiring now trainers who would be doing live mentoring sessions. So this is some exciting feature that we can also look forward to for being on Play Ablo now.
Right. And I think together, the entire solution is completely packaged very beautifully together with your engaging learning courses on the flexible platform. And together, any retail organization can just plug and play, just get started with it. Complete package is readily available. That is what I could just put it through.
Wow. It's very exciting, Suchitra, talking to you and especially learning more about the what exactly retail training industry can look forward to and what we have. I would like you to now sum it up now in few words so that before we close, our listeners would have something in their mind before they close down for today.
Sure, sure. To sum it up, first of all, let's all acknowledge that we are living in the new normal already. We are not going towards it. We are no longer, we are already there. And it is the time to adapt and adopt virtual learning. And be it making a difference through the content or the tool experience, it has to be engaging for the learner at the end of the day, especially the fact that everyone is remote at diverse locations. It has to make a difference in terms of the content and the learner experience on the platform, right? So that is the key thing. And probably I would like to close it with facilitators and the L&D managers have a huge challenge, I understand, to tackle this current scenarios. So look out for tools that would cater to your requirements. Keep in mind monitoring, tracking, integration with other systems. Keep in mind these certain key parameters when you're looking for certain tools that would help you address your requirements.
Absolutely. Progress,
Yeah,
you don't want it to stop, then learning cannot stop. And that is the way forward.
certainly.
And
Yes.
virtual training is the way forward for people who are adapting to the new normal. We don't see the COVID going away so easily. And we have been hearing news quite often that how long it is going to take for the new vaccine to come in or for us to be together again and for us to
Right.
have those exciting classroom training sessions again. So till that time, it is imperative for progressive companies to take up these e-learning platforms. It's imperative for the companies to make sure that their people who have been sitting inside the lockdown houses are out there learning all the time, making sure the updated versions of their products, their process, their operations, etc., are all known to them. And this is the only way out. So,
Certainly.
anyone who's looking forward to e-learning platform, please do connect with Playablo and ThinkAll Academy. We are always there to help, and you would be excited and absolutely in awe of the product as well as the cost that we are going to come up with for you. So this is the way forward, Suchitra. What do you say?
Certainly. I'm glad that we had this chat today.
It's very exciting, Suchitra. And thank you
Yes.
so much for coming online,
Thank
spending
you.
so much time with us. We learned a lot today from the presentation. In fact, a lot of features that you showed me today. And I was also like, oh, wow, this is also there. And I can make this use
Okay.
of it now. So, specifically on your future plans, I'm going to talk about it with you. And
Surely.
really exciting to work with Playablo. You guys are amazing people. I
Surely.
have to compliment.
Same here, Riti. It's a mutual admiration here. And not just, I mean, of all the other work that you do, other than Think Hall as well. So that's kudos to you on the other initiatives and fronts that you're part of, actually.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next headline.
Yeah,
No.
surely.
Okay. Thank you so much
Okay.
for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. And somebody is saying that you look like sisters.
Oh,
But it is it's amazing to speak to you, and it was great learning session. We'll catch up again, Mitra. Thank you so much.
Sure. And thank you so much, Preeti. See you. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Yeah, and all these Facebook lovely people, please keep logging in to Facebook of Playablo as well as Think All Academy, and we'll keep on coming up with this exciting sessions and talk about all the new norms of retail industry, all the new things that retail industry has been up to, and what we have been up to. That is also very exciting thing. So hope to see you guys again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye.